Finding a cross-legged position on your mat, palms facing down on the knees. And we'll close down the eyes. And just allowing the inhale through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. Every single breath, you're going to trace the inhale up to the top of the in-breath and trace the exhale out the nose right to the end of the exhale. Imagining that invisible line of energy in through the nostrils into your cells and releasing from the cells out the nose into the air space around you. Connecting your inner world with the outer world. Aligning the energy within to the energy around. And the theme for this class is lines of energy. So in every single pose, we have invisible lines of energy. So it might be from one arm to another, one leg to another, one arm to one leg. It might be from the earth up through the limbs. It might be from the sky down through the limbs. But you can almost trace this line. And we're going to bring awareness to this. It's the subtle energy body. So in yoga, we work on a lot of different levels. We work on the breath, we work on the physical asana of the pose, but we also work with the energy, the lines of energy. So this is a more subtle awareness. And when we have open lines of energy in the body, we allow that prana or that chi to move freely in the body. It's when things get stuck is when sometimes we experience difficulty. And so we're just allowing and noticing how we can keep those lines of energy open. So when you're ready, we're going to bring the arms up shoulder height. So shoulders in line with elbows in line with wrists. Bringing the shoulders down away from the ears, shoulder blades down the back, and then just start to lean left to right. So we're going to feel the energy from one fingertip to the other. We're going to notice openness across the heart, openness across the upper back, and almost feeling like this energy is moving from one side of the fingertip to the other. Feeling that openness of that channel. For 3, for 2, maybe breathing in the sides of the waist, and 1. From here, I'm going to mirror you. Left hand down, fingertips to the ground, right arm up, but keep it on an angle, so almost you can see from the left hand to the right hand, it's one long line. So you're channeling, keeping it open from the earth energy to the air around you, and from the air around you back down to the earth. And then switch. So if you can keep that line from the right to the left. Even closing down the eyes so you can feel into the more subtle, intuitive feelings beyond your muscles, beyond your bones. We're talking about the breath, the energy flow. Exhale back down. Okay, from now we're going to bring one hand to the heart and we're going to reach the other arm back. And then bring the other hand to the heart and reach the opposite arm back. And it moves quite quickly. So the shoulders drop down away from the ears and use a bit of momentum. Exhale on your twist. Now allow the shoulders to drop down away from the ears. For 3, 2, 1, hands back down to the knees and feel. Just notice that energy moving through your open channels in the body. Okay, hands behind you, fingertips face forward. Plant the feet, lift the hips. Even noticing that line of energy from your heels to your knees and your wrist to your shoulders. So making sure that you're stacking the bones. Exhale, hips coming down, legs are straight and long. So we're keeping a micro bend in the knees so we can keep the energy flowing down the legs. And arms up, shoulder height. And we're just going to hinge forward from the waist, keeping the back nice and long. Feeling that long line of energy between the crown of the head and the base of the spine. For 3. Exhaling as you're moving forward for 2. And 1. Right foot into left thigh, Janu Shavasana. Right hand by right hip, come high on the shin, lift the left arm. So immediately you're going to notice from the left toes to the left hip to the left fingertips. That's one long line. See if you can extend your foot away from your hand. Feel the energy from the left toes to the left fingertips. Exhale, hips back down to the ground. This time, plant the right foot on the ground, left foot hand by left hip. Turn the left toes to the left, lift the hips again. This time we're tracing the energy from the left foot to the right hand. So there's a twist across the body. For 3, 2, 1, exhaling down. Switching sides. Right leg long, left foot in. Left hand, left hip. Come on up. Find that line. Send the toes away from the fingers. Feel the extension, the space. Exhale, coming back down. Plant the left foot on the ground. Right hand by right hip. Right toes turn to the ground. Lifting up on the other side. Trace it from your right toes to your left fingertips. So it's across the body. Exhale, coming back down. From here, bending the knees, coming into a kneeling position. And noticing that line of energy from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. You can even put your hands in these two places, just noticing and feeling the space between them and the connection and communication between these two places. And then from here, reach both hands to the sky. So reaching taller, reaching out of the waist. And then you're going to take one arm back as the other hand moves forward and arch the back. Maybe it's just a gentle arch of the upper back. Exhale, coming back forward. And then switching arms. So just reaching one arm back and reaching the opposite arm forward. For 3. So feeling how the fingertips move away from each other. So they're counterbalancing each other in space. For 2. 1. Let's come high on the knees and try the same thing. Tuck the back toes. Lifting on up. So the line from your knees to your hips, to your shoulders, to your hands. Feel the openness. Feel that vitality, that vibration through the whole line of energy. And let's do the same thing. Lifting the hips forward. One hand back, one hand forward. There doesn't have to be a big movement, but it's a mindful movement. For 3, for 2, and 1. Okay, right hand, right heel, left hand to the sky. Twist and switch. Left hand down, right hand to the sky. And as the hands come into tabletop, moving freely. Maybe it's a normal natural cat-cow. Maybe going side to side. So wherever you are, making sure the wrists are underneath the shoulders and knees are underneath the hips, just so you can stack the bones and keep that energy moving. For 3. For 2. And 1. Okay, from here, right leg back, right toes to the earth. left fingertips forward. And then we're going to lift the limbs up and move them away from each other. So left arm forward, right leg back, feeling and tracing that line. And then from here, we're going to move the left arm to the left and right leg to the right. So you're moving out an angle, keeping that line. And then you're going to drop the right foot to the right, left hand down. So the left hand to the left side of the body, right arm to the sky. So I'll face this way so you can see. That's it. For 3, 2, 1. Let's switch it up. Right hand down, right thigh, left hand up and over. Gate pose. That's it. And then taking the left hand to the left heel, right arm reaches towards the sky for 3, 2, 1. From here, hands move backwards, so the right arm threads underneath, forehead to the mat. And breathe. Let it go for 3, 2, 1. Hands plant. Bring the knees in. Okay, let's try the other side. From here, left toes back, right arm forward, right fingertips to the earth. Lift it up away in opposition. Find that line of energy. Reach it longer. Extend the foot away from the hand. And then the right arm moves to the right as the left leg moves to the left. So keep moving until the left leg plants down next to you and the right hand plants down next to you. Lift the left arm. Take a couple breaths. Exhaling, we'll take the left hand down, the left leg into gate pose. And then moving the right hand to right heel, left hand to the sky. On your exhale, forward fold. Thread the arm underneath, forehead to the earth. For 3, 2, 1. Release knees stuck in towards each other. And then we'll come into downward facing dog. Reaching the hips high. Pedaling through the feet. Finding space in the back of the legs. Really find that line of energy from spread palms, spread fingers, pressing away from the earth, long back. On your exhale, bend your knees and move into plank position. Long and strong. So connecting that line from shoulders to hips to toes. Option to stay here, or options to see about lifting one leg and then the other. Just seeing how that feels. Keeping the hips in the same plane. And see if you can lift one foot and then the other. Next time the right leg is lifted, keeping it there, option to reach the left arm forward. Maybe on the fingertips or maybe off the ground. For 3, 2, 1. See about switching sides. Left leg lifts, right fingertips forward to the ground or lifting for 3. Find that line. 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Hips are lifted. From here, moving through a plank and lower yourself all the way to the earth. Belly and chest to the ground. From here, making a pillow, dropping the forehead down. We're going to move into some back extension. So reaching the right fingertips forward, left fingertips forward, but keep the chin tucked in so your gaze stays on the earth. So the back of the neck is a long line of energy. You're going to move opposite arm to leg. So right leg lifts as left arm lifts. For 3, move it up and away, lift the arm and foot up and away from each other. 2, 1, drop it down, switching sides, left leg up, right arm up. Reaching up, reaching away.
Foot and hand reaching away from each other and then reaching up even more. Keep the gaze on the ground for 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring the arms out wide, palms facing down. From here, we bend the right knee, roll to the left side, and bring the left side of the head to the ground. Your foot is hunting, the right foot is hunting for the left fingertips. Obviously, they won't necessarily touch because we're still warming up, but just that energetic movement of the line across the midline. Right foot, left arm for 3, 2, 1, and then switch sides. Left knee bends, left knee, left foot, right fingertips. The right side of the head moves to the ground. You've still got that line of energy from the crown out, that right heel kicking away for 3, 2, 1. Release back to the belly and sliding back to child's pose. Sinking in, dropping in, earthing. For 3, 4, 2, 1. Back to tabletop, tucking the toes and sinking the hips back towards the heels. And then we just move left to right, opening through the outside of the hips. And then we're going to move forward and backwards. So I want you to move the belly towards the spine, round forward, and find a long line from the crown of the head to your sacrum. So make a long line here as you move forward. So we don't want to dip the hips, and we don't want to have it in tabletop. It's just a line of energy from the knees to the crown of the head. And then we move back in space. Do that a couple more times, just seeing what it feels like to keep that line of energy. So the belly needs to move back in towards the spine. You keep the strength of the arms as you press away from the earth. And you keep your head in line with your spine. And the next time you come forward, I want you to lift the feet up with you. So you're bending your knees. And exhale back, so tuck in the toes. And as you come forward, you bend your knees. Really grip through the earth to protect the wrists. For 3, 4, 2, and 1. From here, next time you roll forward and lift the feet, lift the right knee. You're going to roll onto the left side and take your right foot on top of your left ankle as you lift the right arm to the sky. That's it. For 3, 2, 1. Right knee high. Step the right foot on the outside of the left knee. So we're still facing the side of the mat, and we're going to allow the left hip to sink towards the ground, opening the left side body. That's it. Right hand on top of right knee. For 3. You got it. 2, 1. So now we're going to turn into a low lunge. So we're going to bring the right hand down, both toes turn back to the front of the mat. And your right foot is back, so you need to step it forward into low lunge. Hands come high. Inhale. Exhale. Send the left arm forward, right arm back. And let's spin this left arm out towards the left as you bring the left shin across the mat into Kneeling Warrior 2. From Kneeling Warrior 2, send the arms left to right, feeling that energy shooting out through both fingertips. For 3, 2, 1. Left hand down. Right leg lifts, right arm lifts. Find that long line from the right toes, right hip, right fingertips. 3, 2, 1. Right hand down, turning to the back of the mat into tabletop, moving dancing cat-cow. Allowing the movement of the energy through the body. Easefully, gracefully, fluidly. Okay, so the toes are tucked, press the hips back towards the heels. And as you round forward, find that line, knees, hips, head, bring the feet up. So from this position, lift the left knee, roll to the outside of the right shin and take the top of the left foot on top of the right ankle. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Stay as you are. Lift the left knee up and step the left foot on the outside of the right knee. As soon as the left foot comes down, just sink the right hip to the ground. So you're still facing the side of the mat. That's it. Left hand on top of left knee. And breathe for 3, 2. So ready for low lunge, facing the back of the mat. So bringing the left hand down, turning the knees, turning the toes, and then step the left foot forward for your low lunge. Hands come to the sky. See if you can get that line from your right knee to your hip to your hands. That's it. Right arm forward, left arm back. Lean into it. Trust the fingertips moving away from each other. And then spin the right arm open as the right shin comes across the mat. Kneeling warrior 2. From this place, lean down both lines to the left, to the right. Getting openness across the chest, openness across the back of the heart, openness, length through the fingertips. Right hand down, left leg lifts. From the heel to the hips to the left hand, one long line. Draw the belly and the ribs in. For 3, 2. 1, left hand down, tabletop facing the front. Let's flow through. So knees are already down, chin and chest to meet. Bend the knees up, slide the hips forward, lift the chest. And find your child's pose. Rest here. For 3, 4, 2, 1. Let's move into our first downward facing dog. And from this place, come into plank. Long line of energy. Right leg lifts, hover. And keep this line as you move back into a 3-legged dog. Right leg to the sky. From your hands to your shoulders, to your hips, to your heel. And then right knee to nose, stepping it through, high lunge, hands to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Left arm forward, right arm back. Spin open through your left arm, ground your left heel. Turning to the back of the mat, left knee bends. You're in warrior 2 facing the back. Reverse with your left hand, inhale. Exhale, make it a triangle. Reaching the line forward and down and finding and feeling into the multiple lines of energy here. So the first line is from your left wrist across your whole body to the right wrist. Feel that expansion. Second line is from the sacrum out the crown of the head. So notice and feel if this line can be parallel to the earth. And maybe you can reach the right arm over the head. For 3, 2, 1. Okay, both toes towards the right, forward fold. Left hand to right ankle. And then make this a twist. Keep the line across the arms. That's it, you got it. And then toes face to the original front of the mat. Right arm lifts back to your runner's twist. And we're going to come to side plank. So come to the outside of the left foot, right foot stacks on top. Simple side plank. But I want you to see if you can bring your right arm up and over and make this one long straight line. So right arm up and over your ear for 3, 2, 1. Into plank. Right hand down, vinyasa from here. Rest if you need to rest. And we'll meet back in downward dog for the other side. No rush. From plank, Plank position, left leg lifts. Keep this line, make it a three-legged dog. Send the left leg up and back. Find the line, wrists, shoulders, hips, and heel. Left knee into chest, step it forward, high lunge on this side. Arms to the sky. Right arm forward, left arm back. Spin that right arm open, face the side room, and then right knee bends, warrior two to the back. Got it, reverse from here. And make it a triangle, so straighten the front leg, come on down. And then find those lines, fingertip to fingertip. Crown of the head to this lower back to the sacrum. And maybe even bring this left arm up and over by your left ear. That's it for 3, 2, 1. Swivel the right toes towards the left. Come into your forward fold. And then straight away take your right hand to your left foot. Come into your twist. Keep twisting toes back to the front of the mat. Left knee bends, left arm lifts into your runner's twist and come to side plank. Come to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top. Make this one long line of energy from your heels to your hips. Take your left arm forward by your left ear. And then turn the shape to plank to flow. Child's pose. And rest or double flow if you want it. 4, 3. Tracing it back to your long inhales through your nose and your long exhales through your nose. Downward facing dog when you're ready, no rush. So this next part, just notice how your shoulder's feeling. If it doesn't work, do the same thing we did in the first round. I'll give you the option to try something new. If it doesn't feel good, keep the hand down. You'll see what I mean. So from a plank position, last round we lifted the right leg and then we went straight to downward facing dog. This time I'm giving you the option to lift the right leg and the left arm and then move back to downward facing dog with the left arm back and then replace it down. If that doesn't work, just keep the left down. You got it. So right arm, right leg, left arm, back to three-legged dog balance. Left hand will plant down. Right knee in towards the chest and back to three-legged dog. One more time, knee to chest. Step it through to high lunge. Well done. Left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale. Exhale, spin it open towards the left. Warrior two to the back, left knee bends. Reverse the left hand. This time make it a half moon. Send the left arm forward. Lift the right leg. Lift the right arm. Feel the line of energy from your right heel, right hip, crown of the head. Feel the line of energy, left fingertips, right fingertips. Standing split, take the fingertips to the earth, square off the hips, keep the right leg lifted. Take a pause. And that makes this a warrior three. So half lift, bend the left knee to prepare, and then bring your upper body parallel to your leg. So keeping that line for 3, 2, 1. Bend the right knee, bring it up into your right hand. So you're going to hold and grab the right knee from the outside, fingertips facing towards the midline, and then left arm lifts. The right arm is straight, and see if you can lean back. So the principle here is that line of energy pressing the right knee away and reaching the left arm back. Pressing the right knee into the right hand so that you have the space to lean the left arm back. For 3, 2, 1. Swinging back forward, right leg back. Star shape facing back towards the right. Left hand meets right foot into your twist. Turning back to the front of the mat, runner's lunge, right arm lifts. So the right knee bends. That's it. Now let's come to our side plank. Right foot steps on top. From here, option to stay here or step the right foot behind for flip dog. And from your flip dog, right hand down, right leg across the mat into fallen triangle, fallen star. On the outside of your right foot, left heel ground. So this right foot is moving all the way to the left. From fallen star, send your hips to the ground, send your toes to the sky, wide leg. I'm going to just face you for argument's sake. So facing towards your left leg, fingertips on either side, bow down, and then towards the right. So you're just alternating left to right, bowing down. For 3, for 2, and 1. Next time you're facing your right leg, palms will be on either side of the right thigh, and see if you can press into the earth so you can lift the hips a little. Just notice how that feels. That's it. Come back down. Maybe you can lift the hips. Maybe you can try and lift the feet. It doesn't matter. You're just practicing. Try the other side as well. Grounding into the earth, feeling the line of energy from the wrist to the elbows to the shoulders, and really pressing in. For 3, 2, 1. Okay. Bend the right foot into the left thigh. Right hand plants, come high on the shin, left arm lifts, left hand down. Coming back to 3-legged plank, right leg back behind you. That's it. Flow from here. Drop the toes. Child's pose. Well done. Let it go. Allow that chi, that prana to flow freely. Keep the openness through the channels of the body. For 3, even if that means softening, even if that means bending, even if that means opting out. When you're ready, downward facing dog for the other side. Moving into plank. Exhale. Left leg lifts. Right arm lifts if you did so on the other side. And move back to 3-legged dog, reaching the right leg back behind you. You can bring your right hand to the ground anytime you need. And then with both hands on the ground, bring your left knee in towards your chest. Reset. 1 more, kicking back, 3-legged dog. And the next time, knee to nose, stepping through high lunge, both hands to the sky. Okay, right arm forward, left arm back. Spin open with your right arm, turn to the back of the mat, right knee bends, warrior 2. You got it. Reverse, right arm across the ceiling. Make this half moon. Lift the left leg, lift the left arm. Find your lines of energy. Reach your limbs away from each other. Stack your bones for 3, 2, 1. Fine standing split. Hips square off. Bending the right leg. Allowing the heads to soften to the earth. Okay, half lift. Bend the right knee a lot. Move it up into warrior 3. Really think about where your head is in space, where your hips are in space, and where your left heel is. See if you can draw a long line. And then bend the left knee and bring it up and forward. Hold the outside of the left knee with the left hand. Your left arm is straight. That's the trick. Reach your right arm up. Left knee presses into left hand. The more you press the left knee away, you can use that space to reach the right arm back. feeling that line, feeling that connection for 3, 2, 1. Coming back. Left leg reaches behind you, coming to star, opening up to the side of the mat. Right hand, left toes, left arm to the sky. Toes swivel back to the original front of the mat. Runner's lunge, left arm lifts, ready for your side plank. You're on the outside of the right foot, left foot stacks. And this time we're going to bend the left foot to the earth, come to flip dog. From our flip dog, left hand down, take the left foot across to the right for fallen star. You're on the outside of the left foot, ground the right heel, lift the right arm. 3, 2, 1. Gently lower the hips to the earth, toes to the sky. Beautiful. This time, we're going to bring the legs in a little bit so it's not such a wide stance. And we're going to think about twisting towards one side. You're on your fingertips, bending your elbows, and coming back. And you'll notice as I move towards the right, my left toes turn down, my left hip comes up. So you're just creating space and allow the leg to move with you. That's it. 4, 3, 4, 2. Option to lift that back leg. So as you twist, the body moves forward, the back leg comes high. That's it. Side to side. 4, 3, 4, 2. One option to reach left leg up and left arm forward, so it's a long line. It's a lot, so just notice if that feels good in the body or not, and if it doesn't, go back to something else. I also found that bringing the forearm down is a nice way to give me space to reach the back leg and the top arm. So if you want to bring the forearm down first as your place of balance to reach and find that long line. For 3, 2, 1. Okay, coming back to your wide leg. Left foot into right thigh. Left hand down. Let's come up. And as we bring the right hand down, square off the hips, tuck the back toes. Plank position with the left leg back. Flow from here or drop the left leg anytime or meet in child's pose. For 3, 4, 2. And 1. The last little bit we're going to do, we're going to do an arm balance preparation. We won't go into the full arm balance, so I'll show you what it looks like, but we're going to do the phase before, just to make sure that we protect your shoulders and be safe today. So from child's pose, moving forward into our kneeling plank, lifting our feet. Lift the right knee. Roll to the outside of the left shin again and take the right foot behind. So this time we have to make sure that the right knee is back far enough. How can I show you this? Okay, maybe from here. The right knee is back far enough that you can sit the hips to the ground and you come into a mermaid shape. That's it. Beautiful. You got it. So from here, turn the foot out, put the knee down, the foot back, and the hips down. Okay, from here, hands come up. And see if you can bring your knees towards, right now your knees are pointing towards the left. See if you can lean forward, bring the knees up, and move them towards the right. Beautiful. Again, back towards the left. That's it. Left hand down. Lift your hips high. Take the right foot up and over like we did before. And sink your hips down. Okay. From this position, this time we're going to straighten the left leg. So the bottom leg straightens underneath. Yep. And maybe you can reach your right arm in the same direction as your left heel, making and exaggerating that line. Okay, let me show you the transition and you can see what feels good for you. So from this position, we're going to lift the hips, take the right hand down, and we're going to bring the hands close towards the body. My toes are down, my elbows are bent, my right knee into my right arm. This might be where you stay. It's an arm balance preparation. If you feel like you've got some strength and there's no pain, option to lean your right knee into your right upper arm and lift the back leg. That's it. For 3, 2, 1, coming into crow preparation. We're not doing that today, but if you want, next time we can come up to crow from here. Today we're going to sit and squat. For 3, 4, 2, 1. Hands to the earth. Slide them forward, knees down. Coming back into this plank from our knees. Okay, reconnect with that line, making sure the hips are in line with the knees, in line with the shoulders. Lift the left knee, come to the outside of the right shin. And so before, we just put the right foot on top of the left heel. This time we want to move the left foot back so the left knee can come to the earth and our hips can come down into mermaid shape. Beautiful. Hands lift. Going to use our core to, right now knees are to right. See if we can move knees to left. Oh, really engaging through core. You're right up in the wall there. And back. Okay, knees are to the right and stay. Right hand down. Lift the hips, lift the left knee. Take the left foot up and over the left knee. Sink the right hip to the ground. So take a moment, make sure the wrists under shoulders. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Straighten the right leg. Flex the right foot. So you can almost imagine that line of energy out the heel of the right foot and reach the left fingertips back, pointing the same direction. Okay, swiveling the toes back towards the front, left hand down. Bring your hands back towards your feet. Left knee stays bent, left toes on the ground. Bend your elbows, left knees into the left upper arm. Option to stay here, option to lean forward and lift the back leg. The more you lean, the easier it is to lift the leg. For 3, 2, 1. Right toes next to left. Next time we'll go straight into crow. This time we're coming into squat. And breathe. Allowing the shoulders to soften down away from the ears. Allowing the breath up and down the spine. Feeling that openness along the whole spine from the sacrum to the crown of the head. Feeling that open channel of communication of messages in the body and communication between you and the world. Allow the lines to be open. From here, come to seat. Soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Just roll out to the wrists, both directions. Maybe even taking the fingertips down, and bending through the elbows and opening through the forearms. 3, 2, 1. Release the fingers and we're just going to roll forward and back along the spine a couple of times, ironing out any kinks. So we're going from Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet, rolling back and coming into a plow. For 3, 4, 2, and 4, 1. Let's lie down onto our backs. Coming into bridge, knees bend. Roll the spine high, lifting the hips, interlacing the fingers, rolling the forearms underneath, rolling the upper arms underneath. And then lifting lifting, find that line from knees to hips to shoulders. Noticing the power in alignment, noticing the power in simplicity and in geometry. For 3, 2, 1. Release the hands and roll down. We're going to extend the heels long, hands over the head, and roll to the right side so that the head rests on the bicep and the heels stack and the left fingertips come to the earth. Feeling a long line down the right side of the body, feeling the openness, but also feeling the strength and feeling the integrity. And if you feel like moving, you can float the left leg and left arm towards each other. Just feeling that invisible connection between the fingertips and the toes. For 3, 2, 1. Bend that left knee, bring it forward to the earth as you roll into your back foot twist. So the right hand helps the left knee across. You look down the length of your left arm. In this twist, I want you to really feel and kick through your right heel as you flex your right foot and draw that line from your right heel to your right hip to the crown of the head, energetically. For 3, 2, 1. Roll onto your back. Keep your head, neck, and shoulders earthed, and just imagine a line between your right foot and your left toes and connect the 2 points. Exhale, and then connect the right foot to the left hand. Exhale. So keep moving, alternating between opposite hand and foot. And this is so good for our brain, the crossing the midline, it's called. And it integrates our left and our right brain. And it really helps with our neurons and our neural pathways. Also our lines of energy. And the next time you're on your back, rolling to the left side and feeling into the open line from your left fingertips to your left hip, to your left toes. Flexing both feet, stacking your ankles. Right fingertips can stay to keep your balance. Make sure your head is soft and heavy. And maybe you connect your right hand to your right toes. Maybe they stay together, maybe they move. Make it your own for 3, 2, 1. Bend your right knee, bring it across the body. The left hand helps the twist. The right arm reaches out towards the right. Into your twist on your back. Once you've found the twist, maybe close the eyes and breathe. And let's breathe deeply into the subtle energy body. And I want you to trace from your left heel, pressing away with your left heel. Left heel to left hip to the crown of the head. Feel that long line. Feel that alignment and that aliveness for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Option to come straight into Shavasana, legs long, hands by your side. If there's any other movements the body's craving, if you need happy baby, if you need to hug your knees in, feel free. There's no rush to come to Shavasana. Take your time. Feel that flow of chi and prana through the body and take as much time as you need to find stillness. And even though your body is in stillness in your meditation and your relaxation, you may still be able to notice and feel those patterns or lines of energy still flowing and floating within you.
In this practice, we talked about lines of energy being a linear line, but in actuality, in our body, the lines of energy are more spiraling, they're more circular, they're more organic. So maybe you can tap into either or of those patterns, or maybe both. Take the time to line up the energy. If you line up the energy first, then the action becomes inconsequential. Find the feeling place of what you're looking for, and your action in the world will make a difference. You can change a posture or a lifetime in an instant by creating a line of energy. You are a living being. You are a life force. lines of energy, following the lines of breath to reach through your extremities. Breathing into tips of fingers, tips of toes, maybe releasing the head left to right, finding space in the back of the neck. And when you feel cold, reaching the arms long over your head, finding space. And bend your knees and roll to whichever side you gravitate to first. Taking a couple of precious moments on your side in fetal position. Noticing and feeling and connecting with the nurturing, grounding, centering energy of the earth. And bringing that with you as you roll up to a comfortable seated position, hands in prayer position. No rush to get there. Palms to the forehead. It's allowing the thoughts to be open, honest, and aligned. Palms to lips, allowing words to be clear, calm, and connected. And hands to heart center, feeling into unconditional love, the eternal joy within. Knowing and feeling and breathing into the lines of energy within our body, within our interactions, within our world. And knowing and feeling that subtle energy body and the openness of those channels and that connection. It's really what allows that prana, that chi, to flow easefully, gracefully, and intentionally in our lives. Thank you so much. Namaste.